I think in the world that we live in right now, with everything going on socially, politically, environmentally, everything, all the rates of burnout when it comes to working in this capitalistic society where people are used to working 2 or 3 jobs, mental health is incredibly important and underestimated and undervalued in our society. I've always been in love with the idea of being in love. So I looked up the schools, and UCF was number 7. Their program was number 7 in the country at the time. So I applied. Going into grad school in itself was a challenge because I had to move from Tennessee to Florida, and I had to leave my family, come here. I knew nobody. That was in itself a challenge, just trying to navigate living by myself in a different state I've never been in. But at the same time hopeful, because I like challenges and I like to be able to solve puzzles and try to figure out my own way. So once I'm able to solve the problem and face the challenges and overcome them, it's incredibly fulfilling and rewarding to have something that I call my own, that I did all by myself without anyone's help. The challenges that I face with couples counseling is that you're not dealing with one client, or dealing with 2. You're dealing with 2 people who usually one of them already has their foot out the door, if not fully out the door. And sometimes they'll tell me, hey, I'm just here to get you to break up with them because I don't know how to do it myself. And that's just a challenge in itself, working with 2 people and trying to be this unbiased third party and trying to help them create the self-awareness that they need in themselves to be able to understand their partner, to be able to understand like their core differences, their core wounds that they carry from their family of origins. That is to say, from the family that you grew up with, because that affects your worldview, right? How you were raised, the attachment that you were able to create or form with your parents eventually leads to how you behave in relationships, whether it's with a partner or with coworkers. You can become very nervous, you can become very avoidant, and that spills into marriages and romantic relationships. The way that I overcome those challenges are that I try to expand my own knowledge as a therapist, trying to learn different models, different modalities, different techniques to help couples, to help them really realize what their own issues are that they're bringing into the relationship that's making the relationship issues even more significant. How I feel when I'm able to actually successfully treat couples, oh man, it's a feeling like, oh shit, I did it. Like, they really fucking hated each other and they wanted to get a divorce. Like, they had filed for divorce the morning that I met them, and now they're planning on having a baby. Like, it's amazing. I always say that I feel like everything happens for a reason, and this business really gives me a sense of purpose, because what if this couple that was on the brink of divorce and is now about to, planning for a baby, about to have a baby, what if that baby becomes the next president of the United States? And I helped facilitate that. I had a little sprinkle of influence in that process. That's amazing to me. Really, what keeps me pushing is the fact that I'm here to help the client, and above all, we do no harm. So I am terrified of ever harming a client. Therefore, I'm going to do whatever I can, whatever is in my power, to make sure that I overcome any challenge that could potentially impact a client. I've been in this field, I think I saw my very first client in 2015, so that would put me at 7 years of experience, and I feel like I still need more. There's just more populations that I could get my feet wet with, maybe families, maybe adolescents, maybe children, maybe the geriatric population. Mental health as a field right now, we're all incredibly overworked. We're all burnt out as therapists. The future in mental health would require a lot of reform, a lot of advocacy, a lot of lobbying in Capitol Hill. I feel like throughout time, mental health has become more destigmatized. If we think about like how mental health was viewed in the 50s and 60s, it was very hush hush. You didn't go to see anybody. You're not crazy. You got to deal with problems on your own. And now it's realizing that yes, you have problems. Yes, you need some support. You need someone to kind of help guide what it is you're feeling and where it comes from. I feel like the fact that mental health is becoming more normalized, it's going to start slowly creeping into different areas of your life. For example, a lot of employers now are incorporating mental health. They're having wellness days, they're having wellness activities for their employees. They're allowing mental health days. Some of them are even paying for a company psychiatrist or a company psychologist to have on hand to make sure that you're taken care of mentally. So I think that it is a bright future for what mental health is going to look like in years to come. If you are seeking mental health, first of all, kudos to you. I'm very, very proud that you've made that decision and feel brave enough to take that step. I would think about what kind of therapist you're looking for, whether someone who's of your same culture, of your same race, of your own sex is important to you. And I would encourage you to go on to therapy listings such as Psychology Today or Therapy Den. The main thing that I want to stress is that the number one factor of determining treatment success is your relationship with your therapist. That is what I would say to anyone seeking mental health therapy is you're doing a great job in just recognizing that it's something for you, and to make sure that the person you end up with, the therapist that you end up seeking, clicks with you as much as possible.
Live your life within the moment, and don't go wait until the morning. You never know when it is over. All that I know is we'll get older. So let us dance this night away.